We are still maintaining a challenge, although we are still a long way behind Chelsea. And it does seem to me that it is going to be nigh on impossible to prevent Chelsea from winning the Premier League this season. But I can't help wondering as we go into a very busy month of January, is it time now to make some changes? I have to make some very big decisions as we approach this very busy time of the year. Will I get them right? Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to Norwich, part 53, season 7 in the Ferguson save set in the future. And as you can see from the table, we are exactly halfway through the Premier League season. We have 40 points from our 19 games and we are 6 points still behind Chelsea, who are just continuing to drive forward and maintain their almost unbeatable form. There is also very little difference in the points between 2nd and 7th place Manchester United. And today we will be playing the teams in 5th and 6th. We will be at home to Arsenal in our first game, and then we will be away at West Ham. And neither of these games look particularly appealing to me at this moment in time. Seasons here seem to get longer and longer, and we are playing more and more games as each season progresses. And one of the things that I don't want to be in is the EFL Cup, and we will be playing Arsenal twice very soon in the semi-final of the EFL Cup. I'm hoping that we don't win that. It's not necessary for the save. I would rather win in the FA Cup, where we will again be playing against Arsenal, sandwiched in between the two EFL Cup games. We will be playing Arsenal 3 times in a row. In terms of the save, the only thing that we have left to accomplish is to win the treble, and so I would rather focus on the FA Cup, the League and the Champions League. The EFL Cup has no value to me at all in regards to the save. But as usual, before we go into what's been happening both on and off the pitch, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, well, you are in the right place for sure. So why not subscribe, like, watch, comment, do all that good stuff and help the channel to grow, help us to support the British Heart Foundation. As we approach January, I can't help but wonder, should I be helping the players a little bit to cope with the amount of fixtures that are coming up? We have been playing with a high press, we've been counter-pressing, and I wonder if it's time now to make some changes with regard to the way that we are playing. And I really am wondering, should we come off the trigger press a little bit? Should I revert to the low block again? And in transition, should I be counter-pressing or just come off the counter-press for a little while? I need somehow to find a way to rest these players. And so I have some very big decisions to make, and I'm really hoping that I get them right. But let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beating Wolves by 3-1 after we had drawn with Atletico Madrid in the Champions League group phase. We followed that with a 1-1 draw at home to Manchester City. I was a little bit disappointed with that, as we should have won that game. And that was followed by an even more disappointing result against Blackburn, a game we absolutely hammered them but couldn't score. And eventually it finished at 0-0. The double draw syndrome had arrived, and so with complacency in mind I rotated the team a great deal against Rennes, played a very determined bunch of boys, and we managed to beat Rennes in the Champions League group phase by 2-0. And we had recovered from our spell of complacency, and we managed to beat Leicester by 2-0 at home, and followed that with a very convincing 4-1 victory in the EFL Cup quarter-final against Newcastle. That was a result I was not expecting. We followed that then with a 2-0 away victory at Aston Villa, a very pleasing result that was, which maintains our position in second place, 6 points behind Chelsea. But today we have 2 very tough games, Arsenal and West Ham in 5th and 6th in the Premier League. We will have to play well to get anything out of these games at all. And as we look forward to January, it does seem things are going to get very hectic indeed. We have 4 Premier League games, 2 EFL Cup games, 1 FA Cup game and 2 Champions League games. That's a lot of football to be played during January, including 3 games against Arsenal back-to-back. We will then have played Arsenal 4 times within 2 weeks. It is a tough schedule that we are about to go into, and I can't help wonder, do I need to come off the gas a little bit? Do I need to help these players conserve some energy until we can arrive at February? We are, however, doing pretty well in terms of injuries, and we almost have a clean bill of health. The only person who is out at the moment is Reguan, and to be fair, he needed a rest, and he did come down with flu, and so he's going to be out for around about 2 weeks. He's at home for a couple of weeks. He needed to rest. We do have central defenders now we can play instead of him. He is, however, probably our most important defender, and so how much we will miss him in the next 2 games, we are about to find out. The squad are playing very well at the moment, and a number of players still are maintaining their average rating above 7. And in terms of goals, Lewis Wilden just continues to do what Lewis Wilden does, despite the fact he is now 32, going on 33 years old. He has 25 appearances, 26 goals, and 6 assists. Zoran Maric is also doing particularly well. He has 24 appearances, 10 goals, 9 assists, and he has the top average rating at the moment of 7.42. Without those 2 boys, we would be really struggling this season. Now, without much further fuss, I think it's time to go and play against Arsenal. I need to prepare the team. I need to make the decisions about how I want to play. And so we'll be right back before the kickoff. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Arsenal is Götze in goal, with Muntian, Rahim, Avbe and Plantier at the back. Ibaran, Pasquale and Maric in midfield, with Aranda, Kitambala and Finardi up front. I do feel it is time to rest Wilden. He's been in inspired form, but he must also be feeling very, very tired as we go into January. He has pretty much played in all games, and we're doing well and we're on a good run. So let's keep that going, shall we? I've got faith in you boys. Go out there and beat Arsenal. Let's go and show Arsenal what we are about, and let's go and win this football match. And we do have possession, and here's Pasquale. Pasquale finds Aranda to Abve, and passing it around, and that's dreadful, and Rahim's lost the ball. Arsenal are in. What a dreadful mistake. Arsenal almost score, and that is absolutely shocking defending. And we have rested Reguin today, and it's obviously showing in the early stages. Our passing there was absolutely shocking, and we need to be doing a lot better than that. As it is still 0-0 though against Arsenal, a very, very pacey, very good team, and seem to be much fitter than we are. Have been not in as many competitions as we have been in, and the difference is there to see. We are playing with a very high line, and that does give me cause for concern. But here is Plantier. Plantier finds Abve. Abve finds Plantier again. We need to move this ball around, move Arsenal around. Here is Aranda bursting forward. He has found Kitambala to Finardi. Finardi's in them. Finardi has scored. It is offside though. That is very unfortunate. That is going to be given offside. I have absolutely no doubt about that. The number of offside goals that we've given away lately, it's just not going our way at the moment. And he was clearly offside. Aranda, Kitambala, and there was no doubt about that. But it is nice to see us dominating the game pretty much. In terms of the match momentum, we've had it all. Unfortunately, we can't get shots on target again, and this is how the game beats me. It stops me getting shots on target. Aranda has robbed on the edge of the box. Maybe I need to tell them to stop running at the opposition. Here's Pasquale, though. Pasquale has scored, and I don't think this one is going to be given offside. Arsenal's turn to make a dreadful error. And finally, we have managed to get a shot that's on target, and we have scored. An original mistake that we made, but Arsenal made an even worse one. Pasquale kept his nerve as he was surrounded by Arsenal players, and he has put it in. He started the game in very aggressive mood. He has made the difference at the moment. Arsenal are trying to come back at us at the moment, but we do have a free kick. And here is Abve. Abve finds Pasquale. Pasquale to Aranda. Aranda's pass is absolutely terrible, and this is something that is worrying me a lot. Short passing is not making it to our target player. We have been robbed again. This is a game of defensive disasters. Arsenal are looking to bring it forward. They are in acres of space now. They must score. It's a good save by Götze, and we have cleared it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase the passing directness now. I think our passing is not reaching its mark. We need to be passing it, I think, further up the field. Here is Muntian with a free kick, and it's a good save, and it goes out for a corner. We are the better team. We're just not putting our chances away. Arsenal are not getting shots on target, and so at the moment we look the better team, but one goal is not going to be enough. Comes out to Ibaran, to Aranda. Aranda looks wide. He finds Fanardi. Fanardi to Abve. Abve to Maric. Maric needs to get rid of the ball. He dilly-dallied again. And although this is a game of errors at the moment, and I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell our boys to dribble less. I want them to get rid of the ball because we're holding on to the ball way too much and it's costing us. And that's another poor pass. I'm really not sure what is wrong with our passing at the moment. It's a game of dreadful errors, and Arsenal have made one. And here is Maric. Maric looks for Aranda. Aranda has men in space. He finds Pasquale. Pasquale to Kitambala, and Kitambala can't put it away. He is offside. This is very, very nervy stuff. We've created most of the play, but if you don't score goals, you eventually will be robbed of your victory. And Arsenal are looking to bring it forward. They are looking to get into space. We are pushing them back. We need to be doing a lot better, though. We need to take the ball off them. And Arsenal, though, are playing it around at the moment. That's a lovely pass into space. They are going to score this time, but Götze has made another great save. And this team is living on a knife edge. The 3 points would be absolutely vital here. And I'm going to tell them I'm not happy with what I saw. It's not good enough. Fanardi needs to buck up. Aranda needs to buck up. Several players that are not playing well. Ibaran needs to buck up, and they need to get themselves sorted out. And I'm saying you're not being good enough. You have to do better. And there are a number of players who need to be told that they should come off. But what I will do is to come off that. Stay on your feet. Don't go diving in anymore. We do not want a red card. And yes, my assistant manager has just spotted that, and we need to be, but I'm not going to take his advice. We need to be staying on our feet, not diving in. I do not want a red card. Time to make some changes. And so we have made our changes. We have also come off the press a little bit. Hopefully then that will conserve a little bit of energy as we come into the final 10 minutes of this game. I think hopefully we're going to hold on. We've been a much better team. Although we haven't got many of our shots on target, we have been the better team. We are going to clear, and looking for Wilden, who's just come on for Fanardi. Arsenal have given the ball away. It comes to Pook to Kitambala. The old threesome there of Pook, Kitambala and Wilden. Can they make the difference? We've given the ball away. What a comedy of errors this game has been. I think Arsenal were offside by a million miles there. It's probably going to be onside. In fact, the referee is not even checking. We have, unfortunately, given a goal away at the death yet again. It is now Norwich 1, Arsenal 1. I still think he was a mile offside, but it's not even going to VAR. And that's it. We've given away a point. We are now going to go into third place in the title. I think unless we beat West Ham, we can say, and I'm going to say I'm embarrassed. And I think that if we don't beat West Ham, then it's season over. Very much so. I think Chelsea must have lost. They drew against Manchester City, and it always seems to happen when Chelsea drop points, we drop points as well. That's the story of FM23, not just this save. But we're in third now. If we don't beat West Ham, I'm going to pretty much call it at this point in time. It is season over. I'm not very happy with these boys for giving another game away just at the death, and it's just not acceptable, really. I need to go and get them ready for the game against West Ham in a couple of days. I'll go and get them ready. We will see you. We'll come back just before the kickoff. We'll be right back. And so the team today for the game against West Ham, this has become a very, very big game in this season now, is Götze in goal, Kamara, Raheem, Abve and Hernandez at the back, Ibaran, Pehwan and Thomas in midfield, with Maric, Aranda and Wilden up front. We have rested some players from the last game and we have hopefully got a fairly fit team together. It's going to be very, very difficult this match. West Ham, who are just one place behind us in the table, they're a very good side. We're playing against a lot of very good sides now. We need to go out there. I need to be gentle on them today. I've got faith in them. They are a good team. They've been playing well for me pretty much all season, despite all the horrendous problems that we've had. And so let's hope that we can just go out there, put on a good performance, and one or two of the players will come up trumps and we'll come out with a... we do have another injury, and isn't that marvellous? And West Ham, though, do have a free kick and blasted into the penalty area. It flies over the crossbar. And just when I thought things were getting better, we do now have another injury. Maric has a bruised thigh. He should be able to play through it, but we should be able to help him out a little bit. What we'll tell him to do is we'll tell him to close down less often, ease off the tackles, tell him not to do so much in terms of work. We won't have him roam from position, dribble less, and we'll just have him just maybe hold his position so that he's not running around too much and he can just stay in the box there, the box zone there, and try and direct matters. But at the moment it's still West Ham 0, Norwich 0. We do have a throw and Kamara will take the throw. He finds Pehwan. Pehwan has the ball just taken off him, and that's happening so much at the moment. We're just having the ball taken off us. Kamara finds Pehwan. That's a poor pass, and we need to do better than what we're doing again. What I'm seeing on screen is poor, and it's tiredness, and I don't know how to do this. I've rotated as much as I can. Here's Wilden. Wilden has a chance, but even Wilden, that looked tired to me. It looked awful. West Ham are the better team, despite the fact that we've had all the possession, and that is another thing that happens quite regularly. We're just not looking sharp up front. West Ham are in. West Ham have almost scored. And it just feels to me like every time the opposition come forward, we are going to be in trouble, whereas we don't look like we're going to cause any trouble at all. That's the way the game looks to me at the moment. And here come West Ham again. And there's Meliti, former Norwich player, looking to get it into the box. And here's a long punt upfield. There's never going to score from there. I even have confidence in Götze to save that one if necessary. We're still in third. It's dreadful to watch at the moment. I need to get this team somehow back into a good run of form. It's terrible watching this team trying to play some sort of football. We don't look very good, and it's painful to watch at the moment. And West Ham are just dobbing the ball around, teasing us, making fun of us. We need to take the ball off them. Wilden has got hold of the ball. Wilden is having an absolute nightmare, and I need to tell Wilden to focus. He's absolutely terrible at the moment, and he's just allowing the opposition to take the ball off him. But we have got the ball back, and here's Hernandez telling Wilden to focus. Has it worked? Maric looks for Aranda. Aranda's in, and Aranda has scored. And this game does not ever make any sense to me. It never makes any sense. We have been a second-rate team in this game, and somehow we have managed to score a goal here. Hernandez did very, very well. Maric's pass was sublime. And just once we did something right and we scored. And that should tell the team that if you keep doing that, you'll win this game really easy. And I can't encourage them at the moment. I'm not allowed to. But here's Thomas with the ball into the box. It's not going to reach its man. It's a poor cross. Here come West Ham again. West Ham, who have found themselves in fourth in the league. There's a chance, and that would have been some goal. But unfortunately, Thomas couldn't keep it down. We've come back into the game strongly towards the end of that first half, but it's still not good enough. I need to tell them to keep going. Keep going. And you can win this. We need to win it. The season will be over if we don't win this game. And here is Abve looking for Raheem. Raheem on a yellow card again. That means possible suspension. Wilden looking to get on the end of it. Can't, and it's well mopped up by the goalkeeper. At the moment, it's still 1-0. It's on a knife edge. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold on to this. Our passing is dreadful, and West Ham are in. They are going to score this time. And Meliti can't score. Meliti, former Norwich player, and we need to do better in terms of looking after Meliti. But at the moment, West Ham have been unable to get shots on target, which is a good sign for us, because that is the only stat you need to look at when you are playing FM23. Our team's getting shots on target, including yourself. Whoever is getting the most on target will win the match. And at the moment, it's very difficult to call. We're just about edging it in terms of shots on target, and although West Ham are sneaking back into the game. But we do have the ball. Here is Pehwan looking for Maric. Maric is robbed again. We're just letting teams take the ball off us. This is unbelievably poor. This has been something that's happening for the last 3 or 4 games. I don't know why we're just letting teams take the ball off us, but we are. Wilden's running around like he doesn't know what he's doing out there. And it looks really, really terrible to me at the moment. This is a team that looks very, very poor. And here come West Ham. It does look like West Ham are building to score. They are in space. A long shot, and Gotts has managed to tip it over the bar. It goes behind for a corner. West Ham are going to score unless I do something very soon. I don't quite know what to do. I don't know why we are letting them take the ball off us. It comes back out to the corner taker. Looking together, they are going to go for a long shot again. No, it's passed inside. They have scored. And I just don't understand this. I really don't understand this at all. And we're going to go attacking. That's all I can think of to do now. And try to take the game to West Ham. It's really poor. It's awful to watch, in fact. And I really am at a loss. And they're just taking us apart. They have all game. We got lucky before the end of the first half. I don't know how we got lucky, but teams are just rubbing their hands when they see their fixture list. Ooh, look, it's Norwich next. We're going to hammer them. And we are, as you can see from the stats, we are second class in this game. And again, we've had the ball taken off us. I don't know why this is happening. Stop it, FM. You really have to stop this. We were brilliant at passing earlier in the season, and now we can't pass or score to save our lives, like we've never played football before. And the long punt forward, again, we're going to have the ball taken off us. No. And I really am at a loss how to deal with this. I used to think I was good at this game, but I cannot figure out how to deal with this. The shape is good, the tactic has been working. Long ball over the top to Wilden. I don't feel very optimistic about Wilden. There's a ball back to Maric, who is injured, and Maric just scored. And I do not understand this game for the life of me. I don't understand this game. It doesn't make any sense. But we'll take it. We are the worst team in the world at the moment. And I don't know what the game is playing at. I really have no idea. And I think, anyway, it's time to make some changes now. And so I have made some changes. We do look fitter than West Ham. But unfortunately, West Ham look like they are a much better attacking force than we are. I wonder if the game is telling me I need to bring in some new forwards. That maybe these guys have been around for a long time. And here's Jay Neal bursting into space, and Jay Neal has made it 3-1. I don't believe it. What a substitution that was. And Jay Neal, who's been out of form, very badly out of form of late, to the point where I really am considering selling him. And suddenly he just pops up and does that. It is now 3-1. I'm laughing because I cannot understand this game whatsoever. I'll take a win here. But West Ham are not finished as Meliti looks to get across into the box. We have been totally so poor in this game, and we still are. Unfortunately, West Ham's shots on target, they've had 20 shots, only 5 on target. We've had 12, 4 on target. And it's the stat you need to know, but it's not over because West Ham have gone and scored again. This is the most ridiculous game I think that I've ever come across. I don't understand why West Ham are losing this game when they've totally dominated us. They've been far the better team. We look like we are a shambles. We look like we've never played football before, and yet we're beating them by 3-2. And we do have a free kick. And I'm attacking away at West Ham. It does not make any sense whatsoever. Muntian with the drive goes over the crossbar. I'm totally at a loss. I don't know how to play this game anymore. I'm just going to let the game play itself. And look at that. There's that example again of that poor pass. West Ham are going to score. They've hit the post. Why are we not able to pass the ball 5 meters? This is what the game is telling me. We can't pass the ball 5 meters. Why? We have been totally passing brilliantly for the whole of the season. West Ham have another chance, though, and it's going to be clear. Jay Neal is going to pick the ball up, slow it down, look for Pasquale. Can we just hold on to it again? We've had the ball taken off us. And West Ham are coming forward. West Ham will score. They've hit it over the bar. This game is insane. This game is absolutely insane. Why are we having all these problems all of a sudden? I'm not sure what is going on here. We cannot pass a ball 5 meters. We're allowing people to take the ball off us whenever they feel like it. And yet we are an absolute disaster in that game. And we managed to win by 3-2. This game truly is insane. Well, it doesn't matter because we won the game. It was a poor game against Arsenal, a poor game against West Ham. Somehow we've got 4 points. I don't know how. I'm not even going to try and explain it. I'm going to play through January because there's going to be all sorts of shenanigans going on in January. And I will be back after the transfer window is closed and we'll have Leicester and Sheffield United. There might be a cup game in there, there might not. We'll come back straight away after the transfer window. And who knows? The way this game is playing out, who knows? We might be bottom of the league at that time. We might be top of the league. I just don't know anymore. That's it for this episode. If you are brand new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the British Heart Foundation. If you like FM content, you love to see people suffer playing this game, you are in the right place. Oh boy, all that remains to be said now is we will see you in the next episode.